Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Michaela and this is Evergreen Inks. I am finally getting around to making a ring archive video and what I'm personally using as an archive. My goal for 2024 was something simple and easy, basically. And that is very different from how 2024 theoretically looked. I had 3 or 4 archive binders for different information, and that also switched around when I switched between sizes, A6 and pocket rings sizes specifically, true A6 size if you're new here, and finding good large capacity archive binders for both / either of those sizes is very challenging. So I didn't find much success in my 2024 archive system. I found I made it too complicated so that I didn't even stick with it. And I probably couldn't even tell you where 2024 is in general. Like I have a binder for 2024 A6. I have a separate binder for 2024, like the first part of pocket rings in 2024, but there are so many months that I'm missing that 2025, I was just like, okay, one binder. This system works for both pocket and A6, so hopefully it'll be one binder no matter what pocket or what ring size I'm in. And the goal is simple and low energy and all in one place, with one exception. So I figured I'd jump in and share with you because I know that other people have been interested in my archive system, and I know that specifically A6 and pocket users are super interested in ideas for archive binders. And I'll also mention other binder resources that I know of but haven't necessarily personally tried. And maybe if I have time, I'll talk about why. But first up, we'll start with what I am doing. If you are new here, I am in pocket rings. I use regular pocket size inserts. I'm not in Pocket Plus. And this is a Gillio Pocket XL Compagna in their Toscana green color. And I have 25 millimeter rings in it. And this cover just turned 1 year old on January 29th. So my most recent video before this was comparing the patina on this cover, and that came out a couple days after this cover turned 1. I didn't use this cover that whole time, but I've used it pretty consistently since I got it, which is really cool. So let's get right into it. My 2025 archive system is the Franklin Covey archive binder. It can't fit all on this screen. This is the Franklin Covey pocket size. For those of you that don't know, Franklin Covey pocket is the width of Filofax pocket, the normal pocket that you think of, but it's the height of a little bit larger than true A6 size. So it's the smallest Franklin Covey ring binder size that I'm aware of, and you can make this work for A6. I found this cover when I was looking for, or this archive binder when I was looking for A6 size archive binder options, because you can't find them because people don't make them. And I decided to go with that this year as well, because I know that you can fit pocket rings. If you can hear that, that's my husband. He's painting. He's using the ladder, so I apologize. Where was I? Oh, the ring spacing, when you hole punch the rings of pocket, they fit in A6 binders. So I knew that while this will be really big for pocket size, it would work because it works for A6. And it works a little less well than I thought it would, but it still works. So this is the Franklin Covey Pocket Archive Binder. And here it is. As you can see, this is pocket size and it doesn't fit evenly. So you have like one punch above and none below. So it's not technically evenly spaced, but it is on the rings, which is all that really matters to me for an archive situation. These are, I don't know how big these are in terms of, sorry, I'm like losing my voice as well as we do this. I don't know how large they are, but hopefully, my hope is that it'll last me the entire year. If it doesn't, this price point was probably at $12 or $13. It's just cardboard with like some paper over it. Same with the box cover, which is sold separately. They are not sold together in a set. But yes. Anyway, I had picked this up when I was thinking, when I moved into A6 rings in September of 24, and I thought that A6 rings was what I was going to start 2025 with. And that's another reason that I decided to make this work for Pocket, is I didn't want to go out and buy anything else. And almost everything else is more expensive. And I'm looking for functional and easily accessible in terms of price. So what I did to make this possible for both A6 and Pocket is I made dividers out of acetate. My local craft store had acetate, like 12 by 12 inch sheets, and I basically cut the height of these sheets to 6 inches, which is 0.2 inches taller than normal A6. Normal A6 is 5.8 inches, and then cut it to 3.5 inches wide, which is just a little bit wider than Pocket. Pocket is 3.25 inches wide, but not as wide as A6. A6, I believe, is it 4.33? No, that's standard tan. Give me 1 second. A6 is 4.1 inches wide. So I pulled out a random sheet of A6 paper, and you can see, here, I'll do it right behind this tab. You can see that it's wide, but it fits like tall-wise. And that's the one thing that I had issues with this binder, is that technically, it popped out because my pages are slit. But technically, A6 ring inserts do, can you see that? They're too wide for this binder because A6 is wider than Franklin Covey Pocket, but it wasn't enough to bother me, and it still fits in this box, and it was the cheapest and best solution for me at the time, and continues to be. So what I have done, I just set this up today. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I just set this up today, and I've only just started, like I just put January in. I cut 12 dividers, and I had some tabs from the Coffee Monsters Co., and I tabbed 1 through 12. And when I am more settled in where everything's going to go, I'm going to put a table of contents right here, labeled 1 through 12. And basically the idea is I'm putting health stuff right up front because I think that those will be most referenced. Besides my monthly calendar, I think I will need functionally my health notes the most. After that is yearly trackers and things like that. Then I have all my like monthly trackers, which right now include mood and my habit log. After that, I have my monthlies, then my weeklies, then my dailies, And then after that is still a little bit up in the air. I'm still deciding. Again, if you hear the rustling, that's my husband just doing his thing. I have space for notes and journaling. I have space for any lists that I want to keep, which I generally don't keep lists, but I want the space. Any projects that I want to keep, finance, any home lists I want to keep. I think I'll probably keep any reference inserts that I need to update. I may keep them back here. I wanted the opportunity to. So frankly, I think 12 tabs might be too much, but this is the first year I'm trying to put everything all in one place. So I wanted the opportunity to do that. And that's also one of the reasons that I tabbed it via numbers so that theoretically these could change. And the only difference would be I'd have to update like the table of contents. So yeah, that's the short and sweet of it. Hopefully this will last me all year. I am in the Midori Hibino daily pages again, for dailies, which means a day on 2 pages. So that's quite a lot of paper. And I'm also like collaging and using stickers for vertical memory keeping. And so these pages fluff up quite quickly. But I am hoping that I can maybe get 12 months in here. We'll see what happens. If I need to get another and it'll merge like 25 and 26, that's not too big of a deal for me. And I'm realizing now that that's an update that YouTube hasn't seen yet is I switched my dailies. I do plan on having a video on my dailies. I'm sitting at about 3 weeks in these dailies at the point of recording this video on February 1st. 15 days, just over. So I want a little bit more time before I talk about a routine with them, but I think it's really sustainable and I'm excited about it. But yeah, that's the short and sweet of this archive, and there's plenty of room too. And that's the kitten. If you hear her too, she's very much always all in my space. As far as other archive binders are concerned, as I mentioned, I don't know if there are any for true A6, which is the equivalent page size of the A6TN. There's plenty in A6 that is actually personal. So a lot of places accidentally call A6 when they actually mean personal. You can find plenty of archive options for personal. For Pocket, there's more too. There's Filofax archive binders. There are Plotter archive binders. You can buy PVC clear binders off of Amazon. You can buy flashcard boxes and just keep your inserts in there. I don't like keeping filled in inserts there because I like flipping through my inserts. But that's a really good way to like travel with unused inserts and that kind of thing. And and you can just keep them in a box too. I know lovely people that do that. My stipulations when I look for an archive binder are, I have to be able to flip through it easily. I want the rings to remain closed while I'm flipping through it. And I'd like it to be cheap, and I'd like to keep this year, I want to keep as much of a year in one place as possible. The Filofax and the Plotter inserts or archive binders, from my understanding, and I could be disproven, and please do in the comments if I'm speaking incorrectly, are basically snap closure on basically like a metal prong, and when you open it, it's just a stacked storage basically, and so if you want to look at the inserts, you have to take them out. I'm not interested in that. And I'm also not interested in paying the price for that plus shipping from Plotter or from Filofax, because Filofax is a UK company, even though they do have like a shop in the United States. I find it's more expensive because they have to make up the shipping from the UK in some way. So I'm not fans of those. I've tried cardboard binders off of Amazon Japan as well, and I don't have one to show you. I should prepare more for videos like this, but I usually just sit down and start recording. I'm not a fan of that choice either, because shipping from Amazon Japan is really expensive, and they only have 20 millimeter rings, which only fits about 1.5 to 2 months. So you need maybe 3 months if I'm really stretching it. You need 4 a year, and that's a lot of money that I'm just not willing to spend, and that's only for pocket. So there are other options out there for pocket. There are not many other options out there for A6 rings, but I thought this was a really good balance, because yes, I can fit both in here, and I don't mind having different sizes in one place. I think it'd be cool to see. But yeah, basically that's it. I do plan on adding a adhesive pocket here for maybe some ephemera or like memory documents that I don't want to hole punch, maybe that kind of thing. I do plan on also decorating this as I go through. I just set this up today because I wanted to move into February, and I also did not want to get stuck back in the cycle of like tucking my inserts in whatever like carrying pouch I'm using at the time, and then eventually when it gets too full, just like moving stuff out, and I didn't want to get into that trap again. So I set it up and went with it, and it's functional and it's cost effective, and I'm excited for it. And I also think that I'll cover with stickers as the year goes, not like properly set it up, because I think like the outside cover being just as much memory wise as the insides sounds pretty cool to me. So let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them. And yeah, Franklin Covey Pocket Archive Binder. That's what I'm in for archiving for 2024 2025. And I'm really excited about it. And it's very sustainable for me also, because I just pop my inserts right into the rings and call it good. I will try to give updates on it, hopefully maybe like halfway through the year and at the end of the year. I think that'd be really cool to do. And also if I have to switch into a new one, if I fill this one up, we'll also do a filled archive, new archive as well, if that happens before year end. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I would be happy to answer them. And I will see you guys all next time. Thanks. Bye.